Hey, what's up, guys? Awesome back here with another video. Um, I know I ain't uploaded in a while. I know I have on a high school fishing jersey. I just got out of shower and I want to upload, so I'm doing so I just grab something from over there and throw it on. Um, but it's actually a good reason why I haven't been uploading, and I'm just going to talk to you face to face here for a minute. I was actually diagnosed with anxiety and depression. I know a lot of people's facing that, battling that in their daily lives, but me, I'm not used to that. I'm having to deal with it. It's truly hard to do, for me at least. I am on medication for it. Ain't really helping, but just pray for me. Hope I get better. Hope that the Lord blesses me to get through this. But nonetheless, I am going to try to talk to y'all a little bit more about wintertime fishing, um, stuff that will work right now. If I was out fishing a tournament, what I'd try first and why. Um, so, first things first, your best friend, your number one best friend, if you have access to them, get you a graph. I don't care if it's the little $100 deal at Walmart. I actually picked this up. I'm going to do a review over it. It's the Humminbird Helix 5. Um, I played around with this. I think the last 3 trips I've literally fished one time in 6 weeks. So, um, this here is my older graph that no longer works, and it's probably one of my favorite graphs I'll ever use, and is the easiest to read and learn. It's the Lowrance HDI Elite 7. Um, Basically, it still works. It still powers on and everything, but it will not get off the menu screen. My enter button ain't working. So, I'm going to try to get me a new enter button or see what I can do with that, because I really do love that graph. And then here's a graph that I got off my buddy. Big shout out to you, Big Stud Dog. You know who I'm talking to when I show you this. But it is a Humminbird Helix 7. So this is what me and my dad's running on the little old tracker out there. We got the little graph on the front for now, and we got the big graph on the back. I'm actually going to switch them out though, because I ain't got my chip for this one yet. So I'm going to switch them out, that way I can get a better image of what's going on my bigger one. Now, a lot of y'all are laughing because, I mean, you take $100 graph, you take something that's like an $800 graph, that is a penny to what's out there right now. What's on these new boats, what's on like 2018 boats and up, what people is upgrading to, and it's either live scope, Panoptics, or another one. I forget what it's called. You have your Garmin's and everything. So that there, it ain't really advanced technology. It used to be. Now it's outdated. But anyway, nonetheless, I'm going to talk to y'all what I was fishing a tournament and what I'd start off with. I actually ain't got none of them in here with me. Wait, yeah, dude, right here's one. So, I right now, up until that water temp gets about 52, then that's when I stop throwing top water. But when it's still mid 50s, upper 50s, I will start off with top water, Rico or walking bait, something like that. But now, my guess, water temps 53, 52, 53. That's what I've been hearing out there on Laurel. Drop a comment if I'm wrong. That's just what I've been hearing. But what I'd actually start off with is a suspended jerkbait. Here's a 13 fishing loco special. It dives 9 to 14 foot. And allow you, actually I take it back, it dives 6 to 9 foot. I was right. I thought these went 9 to 14. What am I thinking that went 9 to 14? I've always said these go 9 to 14. Oh, that's on my other one, because this is a 110. But this one here goes 6 to 9. I have one that goes 9 to 14. No, it's a rock crawler. See, my mind's not there. I'm thinking about a rock crawler. I'm sorry. I am going to start off with the jerk bait. More than likely, it's either going to be this one that goes 6 to 9. I'll throw it on like some 10-pound line or something, maybe 8 to get down there deeper. And I will actually also be throwing a rock crawler. Something red, something brown, something like that. That's actually what I'll be throwing. Maybe a little green here and there or something like that. But outside of that, I'm going to stick to about 3, maybe 4 different colors. There's the 2 examples. I'm going to stick to this one here. I think that in there is called Missouri Crawl. I ain't for sure. It's orange, brown, just like that. This one here is called green something. It's like that. This one here is called red bug. And this one here is called Phantom Brown. So I'm going to start off with one of them colors, depending on what lake I'm fishing. If I'm fishing Cumberland, more than likely I'm going to start off with the Phantom Brown. If I'm out on Laurel, I'll probably start off with the red bug. But first off, I'm going to try power fishing, kind of go and holler. I know how to fish, try fine fish with something like that. Next up, jig. This here will be more what I call a specific species type, because when I break out a jig this time of year, I'm not thinking largemouth. I'm not thinking spot. I'm thinking about trying to catch a good smallmouth. I know a lot of people there are like, man, you sound stupid. But that's just me. That's what I think of. I mean, so I will start off with a color you can't get no more. So it ain't no need in showing that. Well, actually it is. It was called the Gambler. It's got some gold, some brown, and some black. And I will throw a Strike King Rage Crawl. It's the Falcon Lake Crawl color. I will throw a Bluegrass Crawl color. I will throw Oops, Cumberland Crawl. And obviously, y'all already know, when I talk a jig, I always have to include one of my favorites. Actually, is probably my favorite. Tennessee Orange or Orange Crush. So, I love Orange Crush. And I will throw that Falcon Lake Rage Crawl in there, or Green Pumpkin Rage Crawl, and just go to town. Now, on that Orange Crush, it's a good chance you'll catch all species. It's a good chance you'll catch all species on any of them jigs. On any jig, really. But me, I'm targeting a smallmouth. I'm looking at my rock banks. I'm looking at transition banks. I'm looking at bluff walls. I'm looking at pea gravel. I'm looking at red clay. I'm looking at ledge rock, something like that. Then that's when I break the jig out. That's when I get away from the trees and just focus on my deep water, 20, 30, 40, 50 foot. 60 foot. And I'll just look at my bank counter pretty much. And if I think a jig will work, that's where I'll throw it. Also, a tip for you guys, this is a time. If you ever want to learn how to finesse fish, this is a time to do it. You're going out there, yeah, you might get lucky and get a rock crawler day within a 3 week span where that's all you have to throw. But I can guarantee you this, sometime this winter, whether it's right now, whether it's December, January, February, you're going to have to finesse fish. They're not going to hit a jerkbait. They're not going to hit a rock crawler. They're not going to want a big bulky meal like a jig. Yeah, you may get a bite, you may catch one fish, but you're not going to win a tournament on that. Hate to break it to you. If you do, cool beans. But to put fish in the boat, to get pattern going, pre-fishing, and actually finding out where the fish are, what depth they are in, and everything like that, it's going to be a finesse deal. So, TRD, let's see here, shaky head, drop shot. I know a lot of people like drop shotting. I'm not a fan of drop shotting. I'm not good on my graphs like that. To be honest with you, I just need a graph to tell me how deep I'm in and the water temp. That's just me. Yeah, that Panoptics, that live scope's awesome. Especially a live scope. That live scope's great. But me reading it, I can't read it. I'm sorry. Obviously, y'all know me. I'm always going to have a swim bait on. And this is when I'm really going to downsize here. I'm not going to throw a 3.3, a 3.8, a 4.8, a 4 inch or anything like that. The maximum I'll go is a 3 inch. I usually focus on my 2.8s this time of year. And also, I'm going to let y'all in on a little secret here. I've done this in a tournament and literally broke off the winning fish. I would have won the tournament and would have had big fish. You get a 16th ounce VMC Moon Eye. Make sure it's a 16th so it won't do it right. You get you some Dominkies. I like the white, stuff like that. You thread that Dominky up on there, just like that. Now look, I'm going to hold it with both hands. You can see your heart beating that tail. But anyway, you drop it down, same thing as a drop shot. You are going to aggravate a fish with that. Just also, I like to, in the springtime, I like to walk it. A lot of people don't know how to walk it. I may get a chance to walk at Dominky this spring. I didn't last year. They would not. I missed my time of year. I needed to be doing it. I didn't have the heads. But get you a pack of Dominkies. As you can see, I have tons. This ain't my only pack, trust me. I got 3 packs in this one. Moving on, we're going to talk jig trailers. And that was my cell one. Sorry about that, guys. This here is called Bourbon Blaze. It's just a chunk. I do like that on the back of that orange crush jig. I like the Super Chunk Junior. I do like them. But most importantly, what I focus on color-wise is going to be Bingo Falcon Lake Cross. It's red and green pumpkin with gold flake. Like, if I was a fish, I'd totally eat that. Like, look at that. Like, golly, that looks like a snack. I focus on that. I focus on green pumpkin. That's about it. Alabama crawl also. Also, I am going to mention this due to high demand. People on my Snapchat, and also just for conveniency for myself, for you all, I am going to attempt to start a second YouTube channel. A lot of y'all are going to be knocking the idea of that, because I'm not going to lie to y'all, I do slack on this channel. I know it. You all know it. But it's hard getting out there fishing like a lot of people do. I work a full-time job. I ain't even made any swim bait heads or anything. And battling this, I think felt like doing nothing, honestly. So, I've been lazy. I've been slacking. Go ahead, roast me. That's just me. But the second YouTube channel is actually going to be over dip. Or what I may do, I don't really want to do a second YouTube channel. What I'm going down, that's going to start probably uploading dip on here. Or something like that. If y'all like, y'all can watch it. If not, then I guess I will start a second YouTube channel. Just actually let me know down there in the comments what you all want. If you want me to put it on this channel or start a whole brand new channel. But another way is Ned Rig Shaky Head. I done talked to you about that. You can actually get these little crawls at Dog Patch, or you can get them at Saddlebrook Outdoors. They're called Buddy's Custom Baits, and it's just a little crawl. Ned Rig that bad boy, and you're good to go. That's another thing a lot of people don't do this time of year. Also a tube. Throw a tube. I love a tube. And we are going to go over some rods. Oh God, that's heavy. Alright, so first things first, going to be the new rod. I ain't even cast it. It's going to be my Cashin 6.6 medium. It's a CRT spinner bait rod. I'm going to use it for a jerk bait rod and a Rico rod. I have it paired with my Darwood Tatula SV 8-to-1 ratio with 10-pound Seaguar Invisex. So I'd throw a jerk bait on that. Oh gosh, this ain't gonna be good. This here is my 8'6" Shimano X Pride with my 2500 size Shimano Stratic on here with 6-pound mono on here. And don't ask me why I have mono on here. I know I need fluoro, but I ain't fished in a minute, so I ain't really worried about it right now. Like, none of my rods is rigged up almost. So I would throw that little swim bait on here, a floating fly, something like that. Oh gosh. Well, I take it back. I'd actually throw this rod. This here is my Denali 7-foot medium. medium 7 foot. This here's my rock crawler rod, and SLX XT on here, 8-1 I think. I think this is 8-1 to 8-2 ratio. And I do have 10-pound red label on here, fluorocarbon by Seaguar. Oh, I also forgot to mention an A-rig. I know a lot of people throws an A-rig in the winter, so that's why this rod's actually in here. It's my 7.7 heavy meat stick Shimano Corrado 200i 6:3-1 ratio. And it's going to be a heavy jig, 3/4 A-rig, that's about it. I probably wouldn't even break out that rod, honestly. But I'm going to focus more on my spinning gear other than the rock crawler. I could get away with 4 rods this time of year easy. This here's going to be my Dominky setup or my Ned rig setup. It's 7 foot Daiwa Aerodex, medium heavy. This here's all-purpose rod I've talked about in Shimano Corrado 7 foot medium heavy, Shimano Chronarch 8-1 or 8-5, I done forgot. 10-pound fluorocarbon. I got swim bait on there right now. And see, told you, I ain't even ready. If somebody called me wanting me to go, I couldn't go. I ain't got nothing ready. But that there, I'd probably throw a shaky head on this time of year and just let it be. I would have that rod in my hand though. And then last but not least, it'd be my jig rod. It's going to be a 7 foot Quantum Tour PT edition. And this here is actually a KVD Quantum Tour. I think it's a 7. I was getting ready to say 7.4, but it's actually a 7.3-1. And this here, I would throw nothing but a jig on. I would have this rod. I could get away with 4 rods, not over 5. I'd have my X Pride with my Stratic. I'd have my Aerodex with my Stratic. I'd have my Corrado and my Chronarch. I'd have my jig rod and my rock crawler rod. So 5 rods. Because that rock crawler rod, I could throw a jerk bait on it too. So, I mean, I said 4, not over 5. But to have everything covered and be comfortable, 5 rods, not over 6. 6 at maximum. Because this here, I can throw a 3/4 ounce jig on if I want to. I'm throwing a rig on it. I just have to be careful with my heads and everything like that. So, nonetheless, I am sorry it's been a while. I actually filmed a dip video. It was how to dip and drive. Dumb. But, nonetheless, thank y'all for watching us. As always, y'all be sure to check out Dog Patch Trading Post, Saddlebrook Outdoors, Kurt Singer Sunrise Outfitters, and the Tackle Spot. Give God all the glory, be safe, have fun, do something nice for somebody, please. And please pray for me, pray for this world, and remember everything that happened in Mayfield, Kentucky, with that tornado went through. My heart does go out to them families that lost it all and lost some family members. I really am sorry for that. And I will be praying for you all. But nonetheless, just remember all that. And have a good day. I'm out.